Hey guys, so we all know there are tariffs going on, and I've been seeing a lot of videos popping up saying that the tariffs are exposing luxury brands, and it's like, well, what did you think? You know? Like, it is very funny how, like, a lot of companies, this is Italian leather from the Italians, made by the mafiosos themselves. You can smell the garlic and the tomato sauce, and when you, with this belt, Frank Sinatra starts singing. The ghost of Frank Sinatra pops out, he just starts singing. What did you think? What did you think? The whole thing is to pocket a profit. And you start looking and you're like, well, they're paying the workers like $1, not even $1 sometimes. Sometimes they're paying them a penny and whatever is in their belly button every 6 hours, you know. But then somehow these companies are worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. If they don't even care about the humans involved in creating these products, they don't care at all about them. Why would they be genuine about where the product is coming from? Why would they be genuine about the quality? Luxury items have always been a status symbol, right? A Birkin, how much is a Birkin really truly worth it for real? Maybe what, 5 grand? Maybe at that? Like, based on the supplier, it's probably less than that. What, 2,000? I don't even know. It's not no 100K. It's not no 200. Isn't 200K, 250 what the price of a house used to be? No, it was never worth that. You know? So it is interesting. Everyone was like, oh, they've been exposed. It's like everybody knew that, you know? And they used to shame. Like, I remember Chinatown, and they'd be selling all the knockoffs, and it'd be like, you know, the same thing. I guess it still happens now. I haven't been down to Chinatown a long time. I used to go in the summertime. That was a lot. Just with like my mom and a family friend. It was just a lot. Want a good price? Want a good purse? You know? And then they take you. You'd be like, oh yeah, this is actually pretty good. And you're actually like touching it. You're like, this is actually pretty good. Like, it's not bad. And then people are finding out like, oh yeah, it's the same items. Duh. And then I also like that the workers would take scraps and they would just make purses and they just sell them and make a profit. That's also pretty, I like that. That's pretty resourceful. Yeah, do that. They're getting paid like whatever fan, if there's a fan, if there's a singular fan for the entire factory, they go up to it and they collect the dust and they put that with a nickel and they're like, here you go. That's your wage for the day. So I mean, what were we thinking, you know? And that's just made me realize, because I have I'm directly looking into my closet. I have a lot of crap. Let's be honest. I have a lot of junk, you know, and I'm like, do I really need all this? You know, and I haven't had like the bug to buy stuff. I do try, like, okay, if I buy something and it's like, okay, this is something that I don't have and it actually has like a purpose. One thing I'm looking to buy in the wintertime, in the summertime to get for the winter, is they have like these reindeer like soles. Like you put them in your boots. It's made out of like reindeer fur, and it's supposed to be like really, like they're really thick, and they're, you know, supposed to help keep your feet cold. I mean warm. Sorry, duh. Keep them warm. And I was like, oh my god, and they're not that expensive. And so I was gonna buy one, and I'm like, you know, I have my boots. I'm not gonna buy more boots. I could just add that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a much cheaper way to do that. So that's what I've been trying to do. But I'm just trying to look at my stuff, and I've been using tailors more. You know what? I can't actually wear the shirt. I took a couple things to the tailor. Can you fix it for me? I've been I have a couple of book bags or backpacks. I really like backpacks, to be honest, for my daily bag. Like, I have like the cute crossbodies and stuff, but it's not always like realistic with my lifestyle, because I'm like doing this, I'm doing that, whatever. So I'm like, I have a couple book bags. I'm like, I could buy like from crafters on Etsy, you know, like little flowers or whatever, however I want to design it, and take it to the tailor because I don't know how to sew. You know, I took a sewing class, and it was so funny. The teacher, he was Italian, like old school Italian, and he could sew, and I had trouble closing a pillow. Like, I made my pillow, and I stuffed it, and it was so cute. I used, like, the Three Little Bears with Goldilocks. I used that fabric. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. My mom's a pre-K teacher. That's so cute. And I made it, and I just couldn't close it. And he was, like, frustrated. He's like, you can't figure this out. I was like, mm-mm. And it was open for a long time, and then I had to sew it myself, and it didn't look good, but I figured it out. Anyways, because I sidetracked, but yeah, most of the things that are luxury items are no way worth what they are. People just, it's just the status symbol. And like, doesn't it show how silly we are as human beings? Like, I love looking at human nature as an alien, right? Because we are so biased. You have to do that sometimes with yourself, within your family dynamic. Like, okay, let's pretend I'm just an alien. I have no prior knowledge of humans or how they socialize or any of that stuff. This is all new to me, right? And let me explain it to myself as if I had never experienced it before, right? And so think about it. If we're like, yeah, so you know, humans, they'll buy this Birkin bag. It's like 150 grand, so people know that they have money. And the alien's like, uh-huh. Because that would mean they're wealthy, because they could buy the bag. And it's like, yeah, but they're less wealthy now because they've spent so much money on a simple accessory, right? It's like, yeah, but that's not humans. That's not how humans work, because we are very, very social creatures, and it doesn't have to be logical because we run on emotions. And so all it has to be is other people can look at us and they can say, wow, that person has money. That person might have that person, you might open their wallet and it's just the sound of a whistle. It's just the sound of a small whistle that comes out of that wallet. But they spent that 150 grand on that bag, so it means that they have money. And the alien would be like, I think we should annihilate the human race because I don't think that there's hope for you guys. And you'd be like, fair, you know? So it is interesting to see people's reactions to the tariffs. It was also very interesting to see like people be very sassy in the comments and be like, well, China said don't come for us, da da da. It's like, you're American. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you don't. Obviously, any country has abused people. I'm sorry to tell you, there is no country that has never done that. There is no country that has never mistreated people, subjugated people, raped people, killed people. Not a single country. No. So like, this notion that America's the only one is not realistic. But it is funny to see like actual Americans, like I am, like clap, like snap, clap, clap, China. And it's like, Dave, you make $17 an hour working at the Dunkin' Donuts. Where are you gonna go? You're not going to go to another country. What? That's a little weird for me. Like, people rooting for America's downfall. Again, America has done some awful things. I'm not turning a blind eye to that, but it also shows like how infantile a lot of people are. It's like every country has. Every single country, every Middle Eastern country, Israel, South American, Central American, all of the countries. Okay, yeah, you probably got victimized by America, and then you went and you victimized this person. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that you see in family dynamics. If the father abuses the mother, sometimes the mother will then abuse the child, and the child will then abuse the pet dog. It's just like, okay, well, since this force is more powerful than me, I can't let out my anger and my frustrations or stand up for myself to them. So those unresolved feelings are going to go to it's going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down. That's just basic human psychology. There's nothing special about that. But it is very interesting. It's weird. It's weird. It gives me like I don't know. I'm like, it's just, it does make you feel, it's like, God, everything is so dystopian. It's so dystopian. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not a part of that. Fine. Whatever. What will be, will be. But I only have control over the things I have control over. So, I'm trying to be loving and supportive to my family and friends. Sometimes I get irritable just because I guess it is a lot of stress, especially like economic stress. But yeah, I'm just trying to not buy as many things, and like I'm just using the stuff that I have. You can personalize things, it doesn't really matter. And luxury items, they never ever mattered. I think I lost a watch, and it's like bumming me out. And it was like $100 watch, and I know people don't use watches, but there are moments where I'm not gonna use my phone, and it's nice to have my watch. And it was my English garden watch. There's like butterflies and like flowers, and it was beautiful. It was rose gold. It was so beautiful, and I've had it for a couple years, and I think I lost it. I think it was in my pocket, and I was going in and out of my pocket, and I think it dropped somewhere. I'm hoping it's in my car, but I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be so sad because it's just the fact that I've had that watch for a couple years, and it made me really happy to look at it. It was a purchase that I made that I really liked it. I really got use out of the watch, and I don't know, I had it with me for quite a long time. So it was with me when I changed my majors, as I graduated, and I'm just so sad, but that's why it had a value to me. It was because of the time spent. And it was kind of beat up, the leather was kind of falling apart, but that's what made it special, and that was just something that I bought myself. I feel even more protective and like careful with the items that I've been given gifts, by my friends and family, because I know this is very dark, but it's the reality. There is going to be a last gift. That's the reality. Life is brutal. Life is tough, and so like being cloaked in the gifts or and the loves of others, and it doesn't have to be a freaking $100 grand Birkin bag, I have a Coach bag, a little light blue purse, and it was from one of my very good friends, and it was a graduation present, and I love that purse. It doesn't matter to me that it's Coach. I do love that it's light blue. Like, he knows that I love like pastels and stuff. It's the fact that he chose to spend money on me. He chose to celebrate me for a really big event for me. That's what makes things meaningful, and that's what makes things beautiful and lovely, Or if you like something, not because it's luxury, like, oh, I really like this makes me happy, and I'm really going to get use out of it, and I'm going to use it, and I'm not living outside of my means to get it. I feel like that's when things become kind of magical, It's like little kids with their stuffed animals. It's like, it's just a stuffed animal until like, no, but that was a gift from the child's grandfather, and she sleeps with it every night, and it's her comfort toy, and it's like, we got to get her that stuffed animal. You know what I'm saying? That is a beautiful thing about human beings, is that we can get emotionally invested, and we can say that these things that are like made out of very simple products actually have more life or like more meaning or value than they actually do. That was the whole point of Toy Story, Woody was a mass-produced toy, but he was Andy's toy, and that's what made him special. And yeah, screw the luxury items. We have way too much stuff as it is. Personalize your items. I know that sometimes people who sew and seamstress, they could seem like a lot of money, but I view it as like, no, I'm actually going to use this now, and I'm a creature of habit. That's the other thing. I overwhelmed myself with all my stuff. I'm like, I'm a creature of habit. Like, I gotta limit some of my choices, because if I have too much choice, then I end up like just wearing sweats and not choosing anything. So yeah, and luxury items, they've always been a scam, girl. They've always been a scam. Don't fall for them. Get the knockoff. It doesn't matter. You personalize it, you make it your own. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.